that everybody is having a great day or a great night wherever you are. I want to take just a few moments to talk to you about the issue of safety. Now, many people think of safety from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we think about it from just feeling protected, like usually feeling physically protected. But today I want to talk to you about what it means when you don't feel safe from a diversity, equity, or inclusion perspective. I am a person who believes in, of course, authenticity, but I found that many times that has put me in a place where I am not comfortable. And I can understand this concept of agreeing to disagree, but there are moments when doing this work or speaking up actually comes with serious consequences. That's why I tell people that when you are a diversity, equity, and inclusion advocate, or if you are trying to speak up or be courageous in this space, you have to understand that it's not always comfortable and you may not feel safe. And what I mean by that is that, of course, it's about you as a person and how you feel. Like if you speak up in a workplace, what does that look like? Will anyone else support you, or will someone have a conversation behind your back? What's the consequence? Because there's always going to be a consequence. And many times we don't know if organizations are places that operate from a place of performative diversity or authentic diversity. That means that if you see something that needs to be addressed, when you say it, it could hit in a variety of ways. You could have a supervisor who does not agree with what you say and maybe won't tell you. You could say something publicly and it could be misconstrued by someone who is really offended by what you have to say, or someone who disagrees with what you have to say. You could do something or critique an organization or a person as it relates back to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that person could somehow retaliate or not tell you that they have an issue with what you've said, and then there could be all types of consequences in your organization. But what I mean is that when you say something because you don't know exactly how it's going to land or what the consequences are within an organization, you often have to absorb those consequences. So for those of you who are in a space and you don't feel that you can speak up, there are a few things that you can do. One, you can move to a place where you do feel safe. So you can really take yourself from that situation. It's like any place where you feel harmed. If you feel triggered, then you often need to move to another place where you no longer have that trigger. And that's the same thing from the workplace or from a meeting or from an environment. So that's one thing. Another thing is that when you don't feel safe, you can look at policies, processes, and procedures that somehow protect you or are meant to protect you. Is there something that's concrete in an environment that brings that safety back to you or helps you understand how to process what's going on? So that's another thing that you can do. If you don't feel safe, another thing is to just, I say, really pay attention. And maybe this is what I should have said first, but I need you to listen and pay attention to the physiological, the psychological, the emotional signs that are coming to you. Like if your heart is racing, there's probably a reason. And I need you to dig into what that is. I need you to reflect on why this happens. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it even something like the smell of coffee in your office? Because there's something that's triggering you. Why are you having this reaction? And then, break that down. And of course, you need to break that down, probably in a quiet space, in a place where you are alone, or in a place where you are out of danger within your organization. So I say all of this to once again just validate that if you feel that danger and that unrest, there's probably a reason, particularly if it's connected back to some aspect of your identity. If you do feel anxious, you can talk to someone, in therapy, or seek counseling. And I do want to say, even if you do that, make sure that you're checking in with someone who is aware of your identity, someone with whom you can really express your concerns as it relates back to your DEI stressor. So with that in mind, I want to just end with a nugget. And my nugget is pay attention to what you're feeling. My nugget is also that you need to put yourself in a position where you do feel safe again. And it does not matter if you make 6 figures. It does not matter if you're making minimum wage. When you don't feel safe, there's something to that in a workplace. So I want to end with an affirmation. And today's affirmation is, I am moving to a place of safety. I am moving to a place of safety. That's it. I wish you well. I wish you peace. I wish you rest in your mind and in your body, because we are in it to win it. We're in this for the long haul, and I want you to be whole and healthy as we go forward in this journey. Contact me at drmonicacox. Email me with your questions, and be good to yourself.